guys, welcome back to our
Hello.
channel. Today's topic is Venezuela.
What we're going to talk about Venezuela.
You shall see. The US captured Venezuela's president Nicolás Maduro on January 3rd. It's currently the most contentious geopolitical issue in the world, as Maduro faces narco-terrorism charges in Manhattan federal court. Several complex debates have emerged. So, did the US have the legal right to enter a sovereign nation to arrest its leader?
What do you think?
First of all, Maduro had to go. That's for sure. He was a horrible person. He had been in power for 13 years, around there. This government had been in power for the last 26 years. And in 2008, Venezuela was the happiest place in the world, and it became a shithole, right? So much so that a lot of its people left the country and migrated elsewhere. That being said, the question is, was it legal for the US to do that?
Not just legal, it was moral.
But what is moral?
Well,
Because everybody
Yeah.
has different morals.
yeah, I know, but United States has the right to be the moral police around the world
Do they?
because that's what United Nations are for.
But the thing is that this has nothing to do with morals. Honestly, it has to do with
Oil.
exactly. The US wants us to keep its oil. The US wants to, well, basically not the US. The US is in a race with China and Russia, and it's about oil. So it's nothing to do with morality.
Yeah, but you need to see on the perspective of the world. Yes, now all the cards on the table, we stop pretending that it was because of narco traffic or the drug cartels and things. It was just about oil. Now, the moral part is the United States really has the moral superiority to be judging other countries and say, hey, you are a narco-terrorist, you are
Yeah, like
something else.
who made the US
The judge of the world,
Yeah, they're not custodians.
yes. But United States is playing the empire game, and as
Empire's go.
yes, they go and conquer other territories. They go after natural resources, and the United States have been doing that for a very long time,
Yeah.
since pretty much its inception. So, what I'm seeing, it's a movement against globalization, and we are coming back to the empire games, where the United States are trying to reach out for more, perhaps to stop China, Russia influence nearby or borders. But the reality is that more things are happening in this direction. Like Trump said today and yesterday that he really wants a Greenland. So
Yeah, it's kind of like it opened the door to different possibilities that will be very wrong, because
Yeah.
Greenland, the people from there, they don't want to be conquered.
yeah, they according to Denmark, people from Greenland, they do have their choice, right? They can maybe do special elections to put that into vote, but the reality is not moral just to United States to go and try to snatch Greenland and become a U.S. territory.
Exactly. And I was watching this last few days how some Venezuelans were saying like, okay, great, now we don't have Nicolás Maduro, but what next?
That's the big problem. What's going to happen next in Venezuela? Because the way it looks, Donald Trump already got today I believe, 50 million barrels of oil from Venezuela, and say that Venezuela cannot do any commerce anywhere without
It's approval.
United States approval.
So basically, they took this guy down, but then they established themselves there.
Yeah. So it's clearly a play to get their oil and control the country and kick the Russians and the Chinese out. So let's see. There's a lot of things they still have to develop in the story. You know, I believe today the prosecutors to drop the case of narco terrorism, and they're pursuing a different avenue to charge him. So let's see what's going to happen. I'm not going to surprise that at some point one of those prosecutors is going to make a deal and send him to another country that it's open to host him, and you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't think he seems very happy, right? And
yeah, he seems too happy for someone that
who was captured, kidnapped, and
yeah, but
brought to justice.
yeah, there's some reports saying that it was a pre-negotiated deal, and maybe that's why the prosecutors are already dropping the charges of being ahead of a cartel and, you know, narco traffic, so drug traffic.
And there's another thing, like all this brings up, imagine Russia's like, oh, since you did that to Venezuela, we're gonna do the same with Zelensky.
Yeah.
And China's gonna go, well, since you did that with them, we're gonna do this with Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say that that's wrong? It's
Exactly.
basically the same thing.
Yeah, I think the main difference between United States and these countries is that who's gonna stop United States? The only two countries that could do something about it, it's Russia and China. And Russia and China, they're not gonna be involved in matters of Venezuela. They're gonna go to UN and they're gonna try to put diplomatic pressure to get Maduro released, but military speaking, they're not gonna come and attack United States because the United States went after the oil in Venezuela. But in the other way around, it's a little bit more complicated because United States can actually go after China and try to defend Taiwan. They're already in Ukraine.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And, you know, supplying weapons and money and basically using Ukraine as a proxy to the war against the Russians.
And using American dollars to fund it.
But so in the other way around, it's a little bit more difficult for these countries to go and like I do believe at some point China gonna try something with Taiwan, but most likely I don't think it's gonna be a military strike. It's probably gonna put some pressure and maybe, I don't know, do something internally, but not try to, you know, just get the Taiwanese president or prime minister, probably it's president, I don't know. But yeah, I don't think that's happening. Now with Russia, it's a different story. I think Russia can go after Zelensky, and you know, and now after these actions from the United States, they can say, hey, if Donald Trump can go and kidnap the president of Venezuela, we can go and kidnap the president of Ukraine. So he opens a
can of worms.
Yes, a can of worms, and who's gonna stop who?
So do you, in your opinion,
Mm-hmm.
do you think this might lead to World War III or
I don't
not
know.
really?
I don't think we're gonna go to World War III. At least not yet. I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be something much more regional, and obviously Russia is gonna make the move to go and try to end the war in Ukraine and get the territory that they want to get. China is going to put pressure to get Taiwan, but I don't think maybe Israel going to go after Iran.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
That's the wild
Iran
card.
is it's going on like there's a lot of protests right now. So yeah, it's complicated. A lot of pieces are moving now.
And honestly, what I find very sad is like the ones who get hurt are just the people.
Yeah, but it's always like
Yeah.
you know, and unfortunately for the Venezuelans that they thought a lot of things will change, looks like it's just gonna be the same thing under control of United States. But we'll see. Time will tell. We can make up or judgment about what's going to happen with the Venezuelans in the future. But right now, it looks like United States just want to get the oil and natural resources and control of Venezuela.
True. And we'll see what's gonna happen with that Greenland, Colombia.
Oh yeah.
He's been saying crazy things, but
Yeah, this year 2026 definitely is going to be an interesting year, and obviously Trump is going to try to do as much as he can do before the midterms, because looks like the Republicans going to at least lose the House, and once they lose the House, Trump can get impeached. So he's going to go full force from now until the midterms. So let's see what's happened.
yikes, politics.
Yeah, politics are complicated, especially now that we are back to the Empire games.
Oh, Jinx, you owe me a soda.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Please leave your comment and your opinions.
Below.
Yep, and don't
We wanna
forget
hear
to
you.
subscribe. Bye.